Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on something absolutely essential but often invisible, the printed circuit board, or PCB.
hmm
These are really the intricate backbones inside, well, almost every electronic device you can think of, your phone, your laptop, even those powerful AI servers.
Absolutely, the unsung heroes.
Exactly. And we're diving into the global PCB market report from iCate Group.
Yeah.
It gives us a great snapshot of what's happening right now. Why does this report matter today? Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, we've got some really fascinating data here. It's from Q4 2024, but it also gives us forecasts for 2025. And what's really compelling is this sort of dynamic tension. You've got strong growth on one side,
Right.
but also these significant shifts in costs and demand that are, creating waves across the supply chain.
Okay, let's start with that big picture then.
Yeah.
The global PCB market itself, the report says growth looks pretty robust.
Yeah, definitely robust. PCB revenue was up plus 8.1% year over year in Q4 2024, and even stronger quarter over quarter, up plus 10.9%.
Wow, okay. That's quite a jump. Is that growth spread out or are there specific hotspots mentioned?
It's generally a global trend, but what's perhaps more interesting is the projected continued growth. Looking ahead to 2025, the forecast is for the global market to climb another 6.1% in value,
Okay.
and interestingly, plus 7% in volume compared to 2024. And there's a strong CAGR that's compound annual average growth rate predicted at plus 5.6% right through from 2023 to 2028.
So it signals, what, like a steady expansion after maybe some ups and downs recently?
Precisely. It suggests the market's really poised for sustained expansion.
Okay, now here's where I thought it got really interesting. A huge driver seems to be specific electronic sectors booming.
Right. Absolutely.
Like the data storage market, it's projected to jump, get this, plus 27.9% just from 2024 to 2025.
Yeah, it's massive. And that's overwhelmingly fueled by the rapid growth in AI infrastructure.
So AI isn't just software, it's fundamentally changing the hardware demand.
Exactly. AI servers, high-speed networking, they're driving huge demand for HDI PCBs. That's high-density interconnect.
Right, the more complex boards.
Think more power, smaller space, critical for AI hardware. But we also see resilience in other areas, too, like military and aerospace, up around 6.5%, and medical electronics, up nearly 5%.
And those are probably driven by different factors like geopolitical stuff or aging populations maybe.
That seems to be the case, yes. They show stability even when the wider economy shifts. And just look at AI server PCB suppliers specifically. Some saw up to 40% year-over-year growth in Q4 24 alone.
40%. Okay, so the market's booming, AI is a huge part of it, but growth like that, it usually creates pressure somewhere else, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What about costs?
That's the flip side, yes. And it raises that big question, how are global events actually shaping the PCB supply chain right now?
Yeah.
Well, look at logistics. Container freight prices surged. Wait for it. Plus 150% year over year.
Whoa, 150%.
Yep. And global air cargo rates were also way up, plus 25% year over year in December 24. Part of that is e-commerce demand, but also capacity strains, things like the Red Sea disruptions feeding into it.
And it's not just shipping, is it? I saw something about materials lead times.
That's right. Laminate lead times, a key material, they increased notably, up about 23.5% just between Q3 and Q4 2024.
That's a significant squeeze on actually making the things.
It is. And then if you layer on currency fluctuations, the yuan stayed weaker against the US dollar while the euro strengthened a bit. These reflect different inflation pictures, different policies.
So it all feeds into the final cost, right?
Yeah.
Base price, shipping, delays, currency risk.
Exactly. It puts the whole supply chain under immense pressure. Companies really have to rethink predictability, risk management, inventory, everything.
Okay, that's a really clear picture of the pressures. So looking ahead now, does the report point to any big shifts, like in manufacturing strategies or technology?
It does, actually. One major trend is this C+1 strategy.
C+1, meaning China plus one other location.
Precisely. Diversifying production outside China. Thailand, for example, is emerging as a really preferred spot for new PCB investment. It's all about building resilience, avoiding putting all your eggs in one basket.
Makes sense. Yeah. But China's still the giant.
Oh, absolutely. Projections show China likely keeping over half, 50% plus of global PCB production right through 2028. So it's diversification, not necessarily replacement.
Got it. And one more thing on future trends. What about sustainability? Is the PCB industry going green?
Yes, definitely. There's a clear trend there. Eco-friendly PCB materials are projected to grow at a solid 5–6% CAGR through 2030.
And what's driving that? Just general goodwill or regulations?
Both, really. Sustainability goals are becoming standard, plus regulations are pushing it. And we're seeing genuine innovation, too. Things like low-temperature soldering to save energy, or using more bio-based substrate materials.
So a greener future is possible, even for something as complex as a PCB.
It seems to be heading that way, yes. Slowly but surely.
Wow. What an incredible deep dive into the PCB world. From that really strong growth, especially with AI, to these soaring costs and logistical headaches, and then this push towards sustainability.
Yeah.
It's clearly a very dynamic space.
It really is. It highlights just how interconnected everything is, doesn't it? Global economics, tech breakthroughs, shipping rates, even environmental policy. The humble PCB is right in the middle of it all.
So true. So next time you pick up your phone or use your computer, maybe think about that complex global journey the little green board inside has taken, and how these trends we talked about might shape the electronics we'll be using tomorrow. What really stands out to you from all this? Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.